morning, everybody. So today we're home and not in school. I miss you. But we're gonna do module 3, lesson 4. It's this paper. So grab it because we can work on this paper right now while we're doing it. But before we do that, like always at school, we are gonna have our math talk, and I'll do a little bit of review. Also, find some time today to count to 100. Find some time today to count by tens. Those are things that we would do in school also, so just to make sure you're practicing them. All right, so I have numbers 1 through 10 here, and I would say 95% of my class knows their numbers 1 through 10. There's a couple still having a little bit difficulty, so go on that Google Classroom and practice them. But here we go. We have the number 4. Down, over, down once more. That's the way to make a 4. Number 10, we need both of our hands, 5 and 5, and we put them in the air and we say 10, 10, 10. A 5, down, big bubble, put on a hat. That would be one hand, 5. A 6, this is giving some kids trouble. Think of it as it comes after 5 years old, 6. A loop and a hoop, and we say 5 and one more, 6. This one used to give my friends trouble, but we remembered that crazy 8. And we call it crazy because it just keeps going in a racetrack, round and round and round. So it's an 8, and we call it crazy 8. Around the tree, that's the way to make a 3. I think everybody's got that one. Everybody's got this one, 1. This is another one we're having trouble with, a 9. Circle and a line to make a 9. The ones, my friends, sometimes are confusing are 6s and 9s. So I say, look at the two numbers. Let me back this up a little bit. Probably better than that. This is what they're having trouble with. So I try to tell them a 6-year-old is littler than a 9-year-old, right? 9 needs more fingers. They're bigger, 9. 6 only needs this much. So 6 is littler, so the bubble is down below, a loop and a hoop. But a 9 is bigger, it's higher, so it's up here. So this bubble's up higher because 9 is higher. Circle and a line to make a 9. So if you want to try to remember that, if you're having troubles with 6s and 9s, 6, the bubble's down low because a 6-year-old is lower than a 9-year-old. And the 9, the bubble's up high, circle and a line to make a 9. What other number? 7, we've had some trouble with 7. So we say, across the sky and down from the heaven, that's the way to make a, and we're rhyming with heaven, 7. And then a 2. I think everybody's got the 2. So today in our math, we're gonna be counting and we're gonna be comparing numbers. We're gonna see what number is higher, bigger, larger, what number is lower, smaller, less. So let me just give you a quick little, we'll pull out 2. All right, we have let me put it this way. We have an 8 and a 9. Which one's bigger? I hope you said 9. So in this one, we're comparing 8 to 9, we would say 8 is lower than 9. All right, let's try another one. Let's try 4 and 10. Which one's bigger? 10. So if it's in order here, we would say 4 is less than 10, or we could switch it and say 10 is greater than 4 or bigger than 4. Let's try one more. What number? 6. And what number? 1. Which one's bigger? 6. So we would say 6 is greater than 1, or 6 is bigger than 1, or we could switch it around this way and we could say 1 is smaller than 6. 1 is less than 6. Do you get it? All right, so that was just a little review of numbers 1 through 10. But the majority of my friends are ready to go on to other numbers. So we have right here the numbers from 11 to 20. So I just want to show you what these mean. So when you see these numbers, they're called teen numbers. What they mean is there's already a 10 here. In this number, they're saying, I've already got a 10, there's my 10, and then for this one, there would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more. See these cubes? This is saying this number 15 is a 10. We have one group of 10, and then we have 5 little ones. So let's try this number. What number is it? It's an 18. So because it's got the 1, it's got 1 10. But now how many little ones do I need? Did you say 8? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at them. So this one's saying I have a 10 and 8 little more, 8 more of them. So a 10 and 8 more is 18. This number is 18. What would this one be? Well, first of all, what number is it? 11. So it means I have a 1. And look at this. 1 more. Look at that. It's a 1 and 1 more because this means 10. So it's a 10 and 1 more. This is 11. All right. Oh, what's that one? The number 16. So this means I have a 1 and then how many more? Did you say 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'd have to put them just loosely here because I wouldn't bundle it yet because it's not a group of 10. So this one has my 1 group of 10, but then it has 6 little ones. So it's 16. So that's kind of letting you know where this is coming from. And we'll get to it more with place value. So let's continue on. What's this number? 12. Ooh, what's this one? 20. So this one now wouldn't be 1 10. It would be 2 10s. I'd have enough to make 2 of these towers. So it'd be 2 towers, and unfortunately, hold on, I can get it. Let me go get 2 more. I'm coming back, friends, coming back. I just wanted to show you, and I didn't prepare it. So remember I had all these little ones over here? Now I can stack them together to make another group of 10, because I have enough. Sorry. So now in this number, what number is it? 20. Now look it. I can make 2 10s because that's what it's saying. 2 10s, 10, 20. Like when we count by 20 or 10s. 20 is 2 stacks of 10s and no little ones. 20. What number is this one? 17. What number is this one? 19. 13 and 14. Awesome job with just a quick number review. All right, so now let's get on to our unit today, our chapter today. Remember, it's this paper, we're gonna need it. All right, so our number talk is we have to count the numbers and then we have to tell how they're compared. So is this side greater than this side? Is it less than this side? Is it equal to this side? All right, so first thing you have to do is count. How many in the first group? Oh, I heard somebody counting great. There's 4. How many in this group? 1. So now we're comparing 4 to 1. What is this number compared to this number? So what I'd like to do first is circle the bigger number. So 4, 1, oh, I know that. 4 is the bigger number. So that's the first part. Then it's easier to compare. Now I can say, because that's the bigger number, I can say 4 is bigger than 1, or 4 is greater than 1, or 4 is more than 1. Did you see the words I used? Bigger, greater, more. Okay? Let's go to the next one. How many? 2. How many? 3. Remember, let's circle the bigger number, 2 or 3. 3 is my bigger number. But now I have to compare 2 to 3. So 2 was on this side, 3 was on this side. Oh, this one's littler. So I would say 2 is less than 3. 2 is littler than 3. 2 is smaller than 3. So words like less, smaller, littler, those mean less. Okay, how about the next one? How many? 3. How many? 5. What's our bigger number? 5. So now, how is 3 compared to 5? 3 is littler, less than, less. So 3 is less than 5. Okay, what's our next one? 2. What's our next one? 2. Okay, circle the greater number. We don't have a greater number here. 2 on one side and 2 on the other, what would we say? We would say they're the same. 2 is the same as 2, or 2 is equal to 2. They're equal. Each side is the same. One side's not higher than the other, one side's not lower than the other. They're flat on equal. So 2 is equal to 2. And the sign for equal is this little sign. They're equal to 2. All right, so that was our math talk. So now we're ready. Here we go. It says, listen to the story. How can you represent and compare plants on the stairs? So I see plants on the stairs. I see red plants. I see blue plants. Let's see what we have to do with it. It says, Paul has some plants on the stairs, and Anna has some plants on the stairs too. Well, they didn't tell us which one were Paul's plants or which one were Anna's, so I guess we get to decide. So I have red plants and blue plants. So you guys pick. I'm going to just go from the story. So Paul was the first one. So we're going to call these plants on this side P for Paul, and this one A for Anna's. Okay? So, but if you put Anna on this side and Paul on this side, that's okay too. You get to decide. But now I have to think of what the numbers are. And the only way I'm going to get the numbers is, what do I have to do to these plants? I have to count them. So let me count Paul's plants. Actually, you count Paul's plants. How many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down here, make your 5. So Paul has 5 plants. And let's go over here and count Anna's plants. How many? 3. Alrighty, so now we know Paul has this much, Anna has this much. So what could we say? Now, this is where we get to ask lots of questions. All right, could we say who has more plants? And who would it be? Who means a person, so it'd be Paul. Good. Could we say who has less plants? Anna. Could I say how many plants does Paul have? Sure. Could I say how many plants does Anna have? Could I say what number's bigger? So now we need a number. What number's bigger? 5. Could I say what number's littler? 3. Ooh, here's a tough one. How many more plants would Anna need to catch up to Paul's plants? How many more would they need? Well, so far they're even here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So how many more would they need over here? 2 more. So do you see that 3 reads, boys and girls? We can ask lots of questions about it. All right, so that's all they had us doing with that page. So let's move on. All righty. So first we have to count the cats and then the dogs. Go ahead and you do that first, because I know you guys are great counters. So how many cats did you get? 3. How many dogs did you get? 2. So now I'm gonna go down to number 1 and read my direction. It says count the number of animals, we did that. Write the number, we did that. Circle the number that is greater than the other number. That's what we have to do. So which one's greater, 3 or 2? 3 is greater. So we could say 3 is greater than 2, or we could say there are more cats than dogs, or we could say there are less dogs than cats, or 2 is less than 3. You can turn it around as long as you're using the right words. All right, so let's go to number 2. It says count the number of animals. So let's look at ducks. Count your ducks. Write it on the line. Did you get 4? We're not counting this duck, just the ones that are in the pond. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Count your turtles. Did you get 2? Now let's look at my direction for number 2. We wrote the numbers. Now it says circle the number that is less than the other number. So now we want that littler number. So it would be 2. Turn your page. I'm at number 6, so I'm going to read. It says count the objects in each group. So let's count the bunnies. How many did you get? I'm going to check you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there were 5 bunnies. Count your carrots. I'm going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Ooh, what do you notice about those numbers? They're the same. Do you remember over here when they were the same, what the word we used? Equal. So now it says up to 6. Tell the classmates what you know about these numbers. So tell me right now, what do you know about 5 and 5? They're equal. They're the same. All right, here's number 7. It says choose 2 numbers up to 5. So right now, choose any 2 numbers. I'm going to choose 1 and I'm going to choose 4. But you might have picked different numbers and that's okay. Then it says represent your numbers. So I did it. Then it says compare the numbers and tell what you know about the numbers. Well, just like that, I'm going to draw a picture. So I'm going to draw 1 flower. That's to represent that. And I'm going to draw 4 rainbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do my same numbers in my picture, or you can do your own, just make sure that they match. Then it says, tell me what you know about the numbers. So here's my pictures. And if I'm going to tell you what I know about my numbers, I could say 1 is less than 4. Or I could say 4 is greater than 1. Or I could say I have more rainbows than flowers. Or I have less flowers than rainbows. So you can take those numbers back and forth and compare them. And that's all this lesson was. I lied. I have one more page, sorry. Alrighty, so go ahead and count your dog dishes. How many? Count your bone. How many? Okay, now let's see what I have to do. Circle the number that is greater. What number is greater, 1 or 2? 2, you got it. Okay, count the bluebirds. How many did you get? 3. Count the yellow birds. How many did you get? 2. Now I have to go down to number 4 to see, because sometimes they're asking us to pick greater. Sometimes they're asking us to pick less. Let's see what they want us to do. We counted the birds. We wrote the numbers. Circle the number that is